Welcome back. We have Twila Ruff and Kristy with the Ozark Rape Crisis Center here with us. And welcome to the show. You are a newcomer to being on the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Twila's just, she's a veteran. I'm not dismissing her, but tell us about what you want to talk about, but tell us a little bit about yourself too and how you got involved with the ORCC.
I actually moved here. My name is Kristy, by the way. I actually moved to Harrison February of 2020, so right before COVID hit.
Wow.
Yes.
Welcome.
So it was a great welcome. I started out actually in foster care with the state, so that is actually why I moved here. I did that for over a year, and I joined Ozark Rape Crisis Center in June.
And you are the...
I am a sexual assault advocate
Yes.
or a victim advocate.
Okay. What does that mean?
What that consists of is an advocate or a victim advocate is someone who provides crisis intervention or emotional support services to victims of sexual violence or any sexual assaults.
Okay.
So what we do is we assist them in going to basically where their support services. We go with them to the ER or law enforcement, anything of that nature. So.
Okay.
Does age have a difference? I mean, is there a certain age? Do you handle just certain age? Do you deal with
Adults.
minors? Just adults.
We do. If minors come in, we do have referrals that we do.
Okay.
So we also do a lot of follow-up services afterwards. People, they need that support.
Right.
Sometimes they just want someone to talk to. So they will come to us and, we can refer them to counselors or medical providers. Some people, depending upon the circumstances, they need emergency rehoming. So we help them,
Right.
find places to stay. So,
I
we
guess
kind
that
of stay
first
with
step
them.
is them calling and saying, I need help.
Yes, we have a 24-hour hotline. Someone always answers, and we're open. Throughout the day, people will come in and speak with us. So,
Okay.
And
Wow.
we can do children to adult. We can do anyone, work with anyone and advocate for them. But since we have the Child Advocacy Center here in town,
Okay.
that's who we mainly work with for children because it's the main place to go to. But the family, and there's a primary survivor or victim. That's the person it happens to, and then there's a secondary victim or survivor because it affects everyone around them. So we do a lot of, she said, like follow-up work to the parents, the family, the friends, anybody,
Right.
can be affected by it.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So we work with that. We work with all the service providers in town. Like she said, with housing, we're part of the Boone County Resource Council. We're part of the Hometown Health. So we network with all of them as well to
gotcha.
get that for kind of a one-stop shop for whatever they need.
I don't know statistics, but how prevalent is this occurrence?
It's more prevalent than we know.
Yeah.
It's very common, and because of the way our society or the way our not just community, but it's just quiet. It's kept quiet, and so it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of persistence if you're going to go all the way to get it prosecuted.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're telling me that a lot of people, because of embarrassment or guilt or whatever, you never hear from those people.
well, and a lot of it too, you'll notice too, if it's family situations, it goes back generation after generation, and a lot of people will tell you, this is something that happened to my mother and, her mother and going, and we've been told not to talk about it. So sometimes it's a generational thing. It just depends.
Yeah.
It's just harder for them to talk about it, and they feel like, we just need to move on.
Right.
So it's just getting people to come forward. And we do a lot of education as well.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Are there people in that situation? Are there warning signs for a bystander to notice that there is a victim? What are some of those?
Some of
warning
those
signs?
are not willing to talk about really anything, being real shut off. What a perpetrator do, or what an abuser will do, is isolate them, get them away from their family. Just try to. So there's things that you look for. They're called red flags, and we teach those. You mentioned prevention. We teach those in the schools as well. We have someone that goes out and does safe dates, which it teaches the red flags and things like that. But for a bystander, you have to be an active bystander all the time. I mean, we encourage that because, so if you say something about it, what are you going to do? Make them mad? But you might potentially save someone.
Right.
Because we do also work with trafficking victims, and there is trafficking through here as well. I don't have the statistics, but we do. So we're trained in that.
And that's not in the news either. That's something that's only law enforcement or other agencies are come in contact with, and we never hear the horrors of it.
Right.
I think there was something that came through here last year.
Yeah.
So
we're a pass-through state. If you think about it, we're
Right.
smack in the middle of between Mexico, Canada, but there is most of it's domestic. There is a lot of domestic for whatever reason. That person gets sucked into that, and they think it's a way of life. And like we said, the generational, as far as the victim, so is the perpetrator.
Right.
Lots of times statistics show that if they were abused,
Yeah.
then they
tend to-
continue it on.
Yeah.
And so you can see some of that usually in the past too.
Wow. You served several counties at this. Okay.
Yes.
We do Boone, Newton, Searcy, Carroll, and Marion counties in the Harrison office. And then we have an office in Clarksville that does Johnson County, and they just added Yale County. And we have a Russellville office that does Pope County, and of course that encompasses the Arkansas Tech University campus as well.
Are there volunteer opportunities
There are.
for people, and you might want to touch on that?
Yes.
So what they do is and that's my part of it. I'm also a victim advocate, but I'm the advocacy services coordinator. And so what I do is go out there and try to find those volunteers. It's really a minimal volunteerism, and so it looks really good, and it's a good way to dip your toes into it, because we're all trained. They receive 20 hours of training, and then yearly they receive like an annual, or actually it's quarterly training. And that's all done in-house or through Arkansas Coalition Against Sexual Assault. So
like if someone called, you might be the person they talk to as a
Yes.
volunteer.
Yeah, and so we train them. We do go through a rigorous application process, just like anyone would. We still have to do the maltreatment lists and the background check and that kind of thing. But really, if they just feel a calling to help people, because they staff our 24-hour hotline after 5 and on the weekends. And then they also help out in all fundraising events and things of that sort, and they can work in the office as well.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
do you have any fundraisers going on right now, or
we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
tell us about it?
Tell us.
We have one coming up September the 25th, and it's a 5K. We all participate, and then we have the United Way is coming up.
Yeah, the United Way. So the 5K is in Clarksville, but anyone can join
You got to run to
it.
Clarksville? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a little more than 5K. but-
Yeah, got to go all the way there. But we do have it. There's a raffle that's associated with it. So if they'll go to our Facebook page on ORCC, they can find the sign-up forms. I think this week's the last time to do the ahead of time. But then they can sign up on the day, and it's a lot of fun. It's a glow run. Everybody gets a glow-in-the-dark
Didn't you just
T-shirts.
do one here or not?
No,
No.
Grandma's house did.
Yes.
I think Grandma's house
Never mind.
did. No,
We
But-
did the golf
no.
tournament the same.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the United Way Golf Tournament we participate in, and then coming up is the poker run for United Way, and that's October 9th, and so that's in a corporation with, and so we man a booth. We actually a stop. So we're able to interact with those
Oh,
bikers
okay.
and things of that sort. So we always have our information out there for them. So
Now, do you ever go out? I mean, you're talking about you talk in schools and different places like that. Are you open if some organization wants you to come in and talk? Can you do that?
yes, we
Yes,
can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just need to contact you?
Yeah.
Yes, and we go out into the community several times a month. You know, we go to different businesses just to kind of get our information out there. You know, because there's a lot of people who aren't aware that we are where we are and what we do. So we make sure we get out into the community and, you know, let everybody know where we're at and what we're about. So
There may be that one person who didn't realize that this is a choice that they could, you know, choose to call and change their
Yeah, and
life.
I'd encourage people if they feel uneasy about anything, can they call you and just ask questions anonymously?
Yeah, and that's a lot of our 24-hour hotline. You know, in the middle of the night, maybe they've been a former victim or, you know, they're a survivor and they have a flashback about something. Anything can trigger a flashback. It's just, it's PTSD, and it's similar to something that, you know, someone has a traffic accident or has something stolen from them because they've had a lot of their freedoms stolen from them in the first place.
Wow.
Too. So we do have one thing coming up. Well, we try to always talk about it, is our COSAR, Coalition Against Sexual Assault. No, that's not right. No, it's our, I started to tell you ACASA again. It's a council on sexual assault response, and we're not going to run out and, you know, do sexual assault, you know, on scene. But what it is we're encouraging all the community service providers, whether it's medical, law enforcement, anything, to come to the table once a quarter and work on what are the issues of sexual assault in the, you know, in our community and all of our communities. But they're trying to get 28 across the state, and I think they're about 15 in. They're probably about halfway in, and that way we can network and work on these issues, and we'll divide out into sub-councils, subcommittees, and we'll work on those things. Not that we'll be involved in any particular cases.
Networking is huge within that organization.
it is.
Yeah.
To be able to
Very
help
important.
someone move on or know, you know, what to do next. And
Yeah, definitely it is. And people don't know what to do next. And sexual assault can range all the way from kissing, hand holding, something, an unwanted touch in any way, until, you know, rape or anything beyond that.
I hadn't thought about that, but
Yeah, they can. So we have clients that I had one call yesterday that someone had said something to them that really triggered them from the past. And it was something of a sexual nature, and very upset about it. And so we're kind of there to listen and let them know that that's a normal response. There's not a normal, you know, a textbook response.
right.
But everyone deals with it differently. But there's lots of people, they think they're the only ones out there.
And they
you want
sometimes just want someone to talk to. You know, like we can refer them to counselors, but we like to be available. You know, I had a client not too long ago who was just having a moment of PTSD. She was out and about, and she stopped in, you know, just to talk because it made her feel better because it's a safe space. You know they can come in and speak to us. Everything's confidential. So
And you do have your office publicly known. It's on 120, was it 124 West?
125 West.
125
Industrial Park
West and
Road.
Park, okay.
It's exactly across from where they're building the new Harrison offices,
Okay.
the city
Right.
offices. So it's in the blue roof. We're in the second building, but yeah,
Okay.
it's published.
Okay, yeah.
And then the phone number.
our phone number, our local phone number for Harrison is 870-741-4141.
We're 800 number.
is
800-818-1189. And those are
And that's
both
for the
answered.
surrounding.
There may be someone watching right
24/7.
now
Yeah,
that needs to.
Right. But we're
Make that
someone
call.
always available.
And we'll come out and speak if they want us to. We love to be involved.
Okay.
Throw out the 5K date again before we.
The 5K is September the 25th.
And all this, okay, the funds from that go to obviously what?
All of our counties, and it's for ORCC and the prevention of, because we're grant funded, and so I don't know if y'all are aware about grant funding has
gotta
been
do
cut
things.
a
By
bit this year,
Yeah.
and so we do have to. So yeah, we're looking
Yeah.
to do some kind of fundraiser here. We did the lip sync before, and you know, Kirsten's not here anymore, but we can still do that. It's just depending on what the climate is as far as masks and that kind of thing.
Right.
But we're going to get one started here soon.
It's kind of hard to see lip syncing with masks.
COVID kind
sure
of,
is.
it's a hinder on everything right
Right.
now. So we have to get creative.
Well, if you're interested or have a question or you feel like you or someone you know may be in a situation that needs more information or maybe some action, you can give Ozark Rape Crisis Center a call, and the number was on the screen, and there'll be more information at the end of the show for you. Hey, thanks so much for
Thank
being here.
you very
Appreciate
much,
it.
Thank you for having
And
us.
always come back if there's something that's of interest to our viewing audience.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. Who's up next?
Beth Kaffenberger and Tina Farmer with the Boone County Library. Stay with us.